Alright folks, welcome back. We were trying to figure out how to explore this winter sea area and we've made it to a puzzle, Impenetrable Force. Okay, what does that mean? Am I going to be glad that I reserved this for the next session? Okay, so I assume the Impenetrable Force is that gravity thing, in that like I can't really get past it. As soon as I hit it, I flip around. Okay, so that's the point. So what would change that if... This is a fun setup, I like it. So something needs to squish you. It's going to have to be an upwards weight. So somehow that has to get there. So therefore it has to have gone through here as a downwards weight. So what if we have... The only way like that would get lifted up is if we have an upwards weight, but that would cancel out, plus a Ligo pointing upwards. But would we even be able to get over there? Because wouldn't we just immediately go up in that configuration? As soon as I'm off this vine, we're here, and we're in that situation, grabbing onto that. Oh, well, if we're not grabbing it, well then I can't be that way around. I can't be feet up. Okay, but yeah, in that situation, we would just go up straight away. What would happen? That would become an upwards pointing one. I mean, maybe we get it onto the other side and then we go up or something separately and push it along. Yeah, maybe? Maybe? How hard is it for me to get to the other side? I probably don't want to get that stuck there. Which I immediately go and do. Don't do that. Pretty difficult, I think. Okay, hold on. Let's just maybe go back to the idea of... I don't want to get you lost there. Let's separate them, thank you. Okay, you go here. I can then do nothing much at all. Okay, how would I get one on top of the other? That's the big question, like pointing towards each other. You'd have to be... Okay, hold on. So maybe it's possible to get one there and then do this. Okay, then we have a floaty situation. Do we though? Not really. Because they're not... we do. Why do they not drag this way? They do drag this way. Why did that not work from here? Let's not question it. Okay, they're floating. Now, is there something I can do with that or not? So if I become like that, then yeah, sure, it's through. That's exactly what I expected. But can I do that over there? I can push it further along. But then we fall that way. I can do that, but then I'm gone. I can climb on top of you. Can I? Not easily, actually. I can do that. Whoa. That's an interesting move. Can I use that? Without me go... Okay. I'll push you that way. But I want to flip and not be stuck. That's an interesting move. Does it do anything interesting though? It fires you through there. Like a little gun. Well, quite a big gun actually compared to the Ligo. If a Ligo was going to have a gun, it would probably be smaller than that. I don't know if it helps that much though. be doing this. So then my next question is, am I currently doing completely the wrong stuff? Like, it needs to get through, but it needs to get through, like, over here somehow. That's not going to happen because of the weight. I can get you there. The only way I'm lifting one up to the other side is by it being pointing downwards. Well, my other thought is it possible to get one kind of wedged in the gravity thing? But I'm not quite sure how to go about doing that. It's not like I can nudge it up from here. Okay. Maybe there's just a way for me to get up there now. Is there? Oh. Yeah, maybe if I just flip myself upside down, but with the other thing going the other way? Yes. No, because then I'm just going to flip back again. Of course. I need to go upwards. So I need this to be that way around, and me to be pointing down. Like that. And then something. And then something. Wait, no, me, all the way around. How do we, okay, like this. Fall upwards. Then I'll be pointing. My feet will be pointing that way afterwards. But because of the thing, because of the block. Okay, because of the block, we get dragged back down. But and I can't let go in that moment, sadly. But there's something to this. Okay, could I somehow make that kind of motion happen, but without me holding onto this block? Maybe if I'm holding onto the other block somehow. So we both. So I'm holding onto a downwards facing block and going upwards. That maybe is a possible thing. So before you go up there, so I want to be holding onto the right hand side, or even this hand side of this. Hey! Oh, hey! I did it. Cool. Nice puzzle. It did not give me a block though, so that's concerning about the other puzzle that I didn't know how to get to. Also, that's still there, so I'm going to have to reset the area. Okay. This is going to be another short one. It has a couple of short videos because of lack of time. What if I come in here upside down or something? With a block next to me pointing in a certain direction. I guess it'd have to be a downwards direction, not necessarily. Well, I think it would just get me up there again, exactly the same way I already managed to do, like this. I need to get to that. How do I get to that? There's no way through this thing. It's a bit of an odd space. Why does it exist? Because there's a way into it, which is weird, but there's no way through it. Why is there a way into it? Well, actually, I've just thought of something that I wanted to check, and so might as well do it now. Oh, I'm going to be upside down though, which is not ideal. Okay, let's flip again. Go back down. Okay. I want to go back to the starting area and check on that thing at the beginning that's like got the weird coloured dots on it. Right in the first world, all the way over here. Back when things were so simple. Oh! Oh! No, stuff's lighting up. Ah, it's completed areas, right. Green and orange are done. Blue, I don't know if it will ever be done. Yellow, what's yellow? Oh, the beyond. Purple, right, and red. Okay, there we go. We understand that now. Nice. Okay. Okay. Is that ever useful? That, like, being able to return to teleports? Where was I? Here? Yes. Because, like, I'm sure I've already done this, but what happens if, like, we have blocks just, like, occupying the teleports when I do that? That also resets the block. Okay. I think. Or is that because it's there? No, also resets the blocks. Okay. I don't understand how I'm supposed to cross this thing. I've only got this block and the other block. That's all I've got. I've obviously got them together, potentially, if I want them together. Okay, let's have them together. And maybe that'll do something for me that I don't understand. Or I can get over this, maybe? Like, the problem is I can't see down there. So if there's a way to drop down there, I'll be a bit annoyed because I can't see that. So how am I supposed to know? Or is there even like a drop to the right at the top? No, that's the top of the level, okay. Yeah, I'll definitely be annoyed if I have to go down that way. I still don't know how I'd do it anyway, because like this gap I couldn't cross even with even though I was holding a thing above. I could maybe come from above with one somehow, but that's asking for a lot. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, we get these two together. Somewhere here. And what am I doing with them? I don't know. Am I doing that trick from the other Winter World where I like have one on my head and then flip it and then something else? Oh gosh. I don't know. Bring both of these down. Hey, one of them's on my head. Is that useful? Can I get one of these on my head right now? Somewhere. There. Like, I don't know why, it's an interesting little thing to do, I guess. Flip you, and then flip that one back or something. I'm not sure I can do that. And now it's not my head anymore, so good job. Okay, I'm being weighed down like this. I don't see how this is any different to before. Yep. I don't get it. I've got to climb up. It's like 3 high to climb up. So I'm not climbing up then, am I? I'm doing something else. I'm floating over. I can't float over. It's not a thing. then flipping upside down again once I'm here. Not happening. It's not a thing. What am I doing? I don't know. Can't fall through those bridges downwards. Can't do anything at all. Could I, if I were like somehow wade upwards? So if there were a pointing upwards block and a pointing downwards block on top of each other, so they're kind of floating, and then I grab pointing upwards, then our gravity in total will be going upwards, and then well, I guess, hold on, so if I get across this area with just holding one pointing upwards, I can go over there and I can drop down. Maybe that's all I'm aiming to do. So then how do I get into this bit pointing upwards? Maybe, yeah, maybe with the use of floatiness. Yes, I think I can see how it might work. So we'd get here with me pointing downwards and the block I'm holding pointing upwards. And then we do this, get that, we float up to the top and then I drop down. Okay, I finally have some kind of imagined end state. I don't know if I can make anything from it, but I don't know if I can make it happen. So, I need a floaty situation. How do I get a floaty situation? And do I do it here or do I do it up at the horizontal one? To do it here, I just have one on my head, which is pointing down, and then I make the one that I'm holding point upwards, but I've still got one on my head holding me down, and then I nudge it onto my head somewhere. Well, I guess we can just carry that system all the way to here, then knock it off the top. Yes, okay. So just one on my head, pointing down, with one on the bottom pointing upwards. Just that, easy. I don't love where they are right now. Okay. Don't love that either. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Can I do it if I'm like over here maybe? Like if I leave them here? Does that help? Then I can like grab it from the left and drag it back through and it'll be pointing upwards. So then get this on top of my head pointing downwards. Although how do I do that while on the other side? So it's pointing downwards, but it's not my head. I need to get on top of it, I guess, if I can. Which I cannot, of course. Like, this is kind of the recipe for it to be on my head. It's just not on my head. I need to both flip upside down. Oh, hold on. Say that again. I guess I can leave you... I can leave you in the gravity thing, but then you're not going to flip. No, you need to be on my head already. It's like we need to be on my head. No. Is there another way to get this on my head? Where I don't have to then go through this? What do I want? I want one on my head pointing down, and then one on my head, then one I'm holding pointing up. Like, what if I just get one pointing up and then stash it somewhere useful? Can I do that anywhere? Like, maybe this is a good place to stash it. No, it's not. How far can I get one? Have I even ever managed to... Okay, here's two pointing upwards. Don't know what I'm doing, but sure, let's keep going. Neither of them is pointing upwards, is the problem. That one's pointing upwards, but I can't do anything with it. Maybe we do something up here though instead, or something. I don't really know. I don't really know. I'm gonna spend this whole video just doing stuff I don't really know. La, 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 la. Okay, none of this is helping. Let's get back down to there. That seems like the place to do stuff using both blocks and the gravity, but how do I do anything? No, I need one of them pointing upwards. What I'm holding needs to be pointing upwards. What if I just leave you there? Although I can't, can I? No. That's interesting. You can land there, even though the plant doesn't have a head. Pointing upwards, but not in a useful way. Okay, let's just get one on my head in general, and then see if we can do something with that. Okay, you're on my head. Great. As soon as I do that, we're just decoupled from you. So is there just an inherent problem with doing that? Maybe. You're on my head. Like this is what I want. I want the other one to be pointing up. So what if I'm just on the other side of the other one, but I can't get over there? So that's the problem there. What if I'd left the other one here? I guess is maybe the option or something. Maybe. Can I even get you back now? Back around. Back around. So this... Does this work out? Do I want to be up or down? I want to be down. Yeah, this might work out actually. I think I was imagining I had to be the other way around, but... This is fine? This is fine. This is fine. Yay! Am I really doing it now? New height. So this is familiar layouts to one we did last time. New height. Okay. Fortunately, they're going to stick together like that. They're going to stay together. We're not splitting them up. Okay. And, I mean, the communication is the same as the previous puzzles. The thing's going this way. Or, I guess we're going that way, because actually it lied to me before. It used the same communication and was like, actually, no, something different's happening. It's the Ligos that are squishing them. Although I'm still not convinced that was the actual solution, like the intended solution. New height. Okay. It's also odd that there's now a gap here between this wall and you. The other ones could have done that. And the solution still would have worked. I think. Yeah, I think so. Well, so neither these, like, sorry, the tall one isn't going like here or here. It couldn't really do anything, could it? So it's the small one going with the block and squishing you. Therefore, on this side, yes. So, like, I don't know which way round you are. This is okay. How do I draw a Ligo that's either way round? I guess this is a circle. And then block here pointing upwards. Yeah, it doesn't matter which way you are. We still be pointing upwards. Okay, so then to get into that situation in the first place, we need to be like in this situation. The block could be on the other side. Could be on the left. Which is maybe why this is sticking out like this. Hold on. If they are this way round, then we can squish it even if you're closer. If we're the other way round and the Ligo is pointing down, no, we can still squish it. It wouldn't matter. Okay, I still don't understand the gap here then. Okay, so getting into this situation. So then the previous step before that is this situation. So I definitely need the block with me. Sure. Ah, the first one had like a spare block over here, didn't it? Yeah, that's the thing. Okay. That's interesting, because I was thinking like, oh yeah, wait, weren't they holding the block? They were. Okay. However, what's the distance there? That is 3, right? So we could be like 3... and then Ligo block. So we get them on each other's feet. Is that, how doable is that? Nope. Ooh, offsetting is quite limited here as well, as opposed to in the other ones. Oh, it's very limited actually. I guess it's alright, we can get you down here and do this. So yeah, now they're on each other's feet. Can we do that on the other side? No, because of the arbitrary order. Yeah, there we go. Wait, we're done. Okay. Okay. We'll accept it. Sure. I was going to complain about the arbitrary way in which vertical movements are resolved, but sure. There's always going to be somebody in the comments, maybe not, but there's anytime I say a rule is arbitrary, there's always somebody in the comments saying it's not arbitrary. It's the way it works is that down overrides up. That's not arbitrary. That is arbitrary, because you could also say up would override down, and it would be equally as like elegant or whatever, or inelegant in this case. That is my definition of arbitrary. It could be the other way around, and there's no real rhyme or reason for it to be one way or the other. It just is that way. Anyway. Okay. Okay, so we have to block up there. We're going to have to reset them again, aren't we? Because we need to get to... where the heck is it? It's like up further up, maybe? Yeah, it's there. Okay, how does that work? So block's gonna get in there. Oh, are we doing the impenetrable barrier thing again? I might actually have to leave this now because I don't really have time. But maybe we're doing the impenetrable. Yeah. Why am I now struggling to say the word? I just said it. Impenetrable. Yes. Whatever. Are we doing that again? So floating and then basically to try and get it through here. Then push it that way. And then we go down and grab it and move it that way. Maybe. Or we're trying to get it over here somehow. That doesn't seem possible though. Although if we're holding it, I guess it might be. There's no gravity flipper here. So I think it might be going that way, but we'll save it for next time. That is a challenge I do not have time for today. Alright, sorry for the short videos, folks, but I think after this one we'll be back to normal. I mean, it's not that short, is it? Anyway, cool. See you next time, folks. Goodbye.